everybody. Welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here today with us because you're going to be glad. You're going to learn some great networking tips. I've got my friend and colleague, Rick Silva, here today. He is the creator of the One Referral course, and Rick helps realtors, mortgage professionals, insurance agents, financial planners, and entrepreneurs earn more referrals without cold calling and chasing leads by building a referral-based practice. So Rick, welcome in.
Hi, it's one referral away.
I love that. One referral away. Yes, that is the name of the course. Thank you.
Yep.
That's important. So let me ask you, because I know you're an amazing networker, and what is your background with networking?
How far back do we go, Jill?
Well, you and I go far back, but not too far for
Okay.
the benefit of our listeners.
Yeah, I was an engineer for years, and then I became a recruiter. And cold call after cold call after cold call, and then I got laid off in the .com world. Went to the Yellow Pages, 10 million more phone calls. And one time somebody said, I don't use the Yellow Pages. I don't advertise in the Yellow Pages. Everything's word of mouth and referrals. And that sent me down an 18-year quest to figure out, why do some people pick up the phone and cold call, and how come some other people sit at their desk and the phone rings to them with people saying, I heard about you, I want to do business with you. And that became my life, to figure out why some people cold call and some people don't ever do anything except have referrals come in. So I didn't want to cold call, and I found somebody that was successful, and I was like, how do they do that? And I had to figure it out.
Well, I think that's, anybody who's watching this will want to get much better results and have people come to them.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to ask you,
Yeah.
give us a great tip. How do
Sure.
we do this?
Sure. Well, the foundation of networking, number one, is the understanding of the difference between marketing and networking. Marketing is something that goes out and isn't totally personalized. It just kind of gets out there and people find you, and it builds credibility. The challenge is networking is a one-on-one, talking to one person. So the conversation, if the conversation can be personalized to the person you're talking to, the two most important things is, in your business, you have got to understand your customer avatar. And it's not, my client is looking to buy or sell a home in the next 60 to 90 days. No, you got to know where they live, how old they are, the sex, the job, their circumstance. The more you know about your personal avatar, number one, and number two, having a very good elevator speech. Those two things, then you can build the foundation for a good network. That's the short answer.
And thank you. And I know
Yeah.
you're a master of the elevator speech. So, the truth is, we have how much time, Rick, to really engage people?
To go back and learn something I learned when I was a recruiter, a hiring manager said, from the time the person walks into the door to the time I know whether I'm going to hire them or not, how long do you think that is? And I went, 15 seconds. He said, the average is 3.2 seconds. So, yeah, eyesight, eye contact, posture, handshake, that's the beginning. So you have 5 to 7 seconds, but the true elevator speech is 30 to 60.
Wow. And you know what I think people forget, because, in our pandemic world, this is also on Zoom, right?
Yeah.
This is also how you present yourself. Yeah. I get on Zoom meetings, I can't even see the person because their lighting sucks,
Right.
for an example, right? Or I can hardly hear them, or whatever it is.
Yep.
But this is our new offices, my
That's
friends,
it.
right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us, were you self-taught? Like, were you a good networker?
No. I have a video on my YouTube channel. Everything's one referral away. You want to find Rick Silva, just go one referral away. There's a video there called The Introverted Networker. So I used to hide under the table when we go over family's house. I had to come up with a lot of techniques to become confident at networking. And some of them are, most people, when they go to a public event to network, anytime they say they're nervous, it's because they're actually thinking about, I don't really want to sell to all these people. Don't. Just walk in and educate people. If you become an educator, Jill, any room you walk into in the world, you're the most knowledgeable person about PR in that room. Any room I walk into, I know nobody in the room knows more about networking than me. So if I go in as an educator, teachers, when they're teaching a class, don't get nervous about public speaking because they're just teaching what they know. I know networking. And so I tell real estate agents, there's probably nobody in the room knows more about real estate than you. Just go in with the confidence of what you know and don't worry about selling anything. Just educate people. So education is how you build confidence. Being
I
an
think that's a
educator.
great, oh, thank you, Rick.
Yeah.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
And that people get into their heads. But I have to tell you, I got this vision of you hiding under tables. Did you really do that? You
Yeah.
hid under tables?
Kindergarten, you can ask my mom. We had a substitute teacher, and I hid under the table. My mom had to come and get me. It was years, Jill. If any male teacher I had, kindergarten through first or second grade, if I had a male teacher, I don't know, I was afraid of men for some reason. I'm okay now, but I consider myself an introvert with an extroverted job. So I love to be on camera and talk to you and get interviewed and interview people. But when I'm done, I do like to duck my head down and just do research. I'm an introverted
Oh,
extrovert.
yeah. And I think that's important to know because a lot of people make assumptions. To network, you have to be extroverted.
No.
So, Rick, I think it's great that you're talking to the introverts,
Yeah.
the people who are raising their hands and go, well, wait a minute, I'm an introvert. So,
Yeah.
for an introvert, how do they show up even better?
In fact, I was going to step on you before and throw it in, so I'm glad you did a follow up on it. So introverts have an advantage over extroverts because when you're in these group settings, and if you're one of those, what I call, my dad's from back east, when you're one of those typical New York in the face, it freaks people out when they don't know you. So being an introvert, as long as you have the confidence as an educator, but being an introvert, you're not freaking people out. You're not coming across as a slimy salesperson. You generally can be more relatable quicker because people aren't blown away with the that energy orb you're putting out. Like sometimes I get crazy, but I try in a networking environment to. I'm just here to see how I can help people, and if I hold that and I keep my ego down to a minimum, that's why women are way better networkers than men. It's the ability to control the ego.
Oh, interesting. I
Yeah,
never thought about
yeah,
that. Ooh, ooh,
yeah,
ooh,
big
ooh.
time. The
So do
best
you think
networkers in
that's
the world are women. Without it's
ah,
not even close.
and do you think that's because they're not busy proving themselves, which by the way, I've noticed a lot about
Yeah,
men is they're
yeah,
busy proving themselves and one-upping and
yep,
telling you their latest, greatest whatevers.
yep.
And women will not do that. We will
Correct.
not brag first out. Do you think
Yeah,
that's a big
a
difference?
thousand percent. Now here's the opposite. If you can get a man to lower his ego, he's going to be good. If you can give a woman, uh, I hate to talk about the difference between men and women. There just is. Women speak more kind of circularly, and then they get to the point where men just get to the point right away. If women could just be taught some tactics and how to ask business questions, but just how to actually network, where men maybe a little bit more natural networkers, but then the ego and wanting to fix the problems and talk about themselves too much. Oh, I had that situation. Women are better listeners. And then, like, my wife's the greatest listener in the world. And I had to actually teach her how to actually, well, when you're networking, when you're done, you gotta kind of talk about yourself a little bit. I mean, because then you're just listening. You're going around. Oh, I listened to 100 people. No, you got to talk to some. So, getting her to speak a little bit more. She's an expert listener, but speak a little. And I think with men, maybe talk a lot less and listen more. So it's just, but the natural gifts. Even in my wife's real estate business, the top 10 salespeople for 40 years, the top 10 have always been women. Always been women.
And do you think that is because of the listening?
But because women, I think men are geared to just fix problem, never listen. Let me just fix that. Get out of the way. Let me get to the point. When are you going to get to the point where women are better at fixing? And the thing with marketing and Facebook ads and all that stuff, the sex doesn't matter because the ad's doing the work. But when you're in a public environment and people are there and a lot of people are timid, they don't want to be sold to, they just want to meet other people. Women's natural ability to listen and not just try to fire stuff in people's face makes them more approachable. Having said that, I hate talking about sex, religion, and politics, but the fact is that when I go networking now with my wife, I stay in the background and I let her handle it because she's naturally better than me.
Oh, I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. So, Rick, I know that you're so good with this and so good with networking, and I know that people are want to connect with you even more.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard in the beginning when we pre-talked that you have a super duper free gift. Would you be
Yeah,
willing to share that?
for sure. So, uh, any of you who would like to get one of the two parts taken care of, which is an elevator speech, then you email me. Everything's one. All you have to do is remember one referral away. One referral away at gmail.com. Anytime if you're watching this in 2030. If you email me, Rick Silva, one referral away at gmail.com, I'll send you a link which is hidden to a video that'll teach you how to write your elevator speech, and then you can email it to me. I'll critique it and send you back a critique copy.
Wow, that is a super
Yeah.
generous gift.
That's usually only for paid coaching clients.
Rick, that's amazing
Yeah.
and a super generous gift because you are a super generous person. I've
Thank
known
you.
that about you for many years and appreciate that about you.
Thank you.
So thank you. Thank you for coming on the show. Is there any just last words that you like? Okay, I need to tell you this. Anything?
When you're in a networking environment, be an educator, not a salesperson. I could talk about it for 18 hours, so having one sentence is almost impossible, but try to educate people and don't try to sell every person you meet because they'll want to throw up every time they see you. And you know that. You have those books behind you.
Yes, very powerful, Rick. And
Yeah.
I think that's really an important piece is be in service is really
That's it.
what you're also saying.
Yes.
So I love that. And
Yep.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Okay. We'll see you soon.
And thank you, everybody, for being here, for hanging out, for listening. It's always my intention that you get lots of great value. Hey, for more great publicity tips, go to publicitycrashcourse.com/free gift. And those wonderful audio, excellent publicity tips to parlay your success to even more, because I want you out there. Your message matters. You make a difference. And I want you to remember one other thing. Please keep practicing a conscious act of kindness every single day. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Goosebumps. Goosebumps. That was
Woo,
good.
woo,
Yeah.
woo. And we'll see you again.
Take care.
Bye-bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.